Okay, so the idea of this is that there's all these people coming through Shenzhen now, especially the last few weeks. There have been 3 or 4 people here at any given time for the last month or even longer. And so I thought, well, we'll talk to those people and find out what they do, why they're here, and kind of what it was like to hang out in Shenzhen.
Yeah.
And I just have like a list of really simple questions. So first of all, tell us who you are and where you're from and what you do.
I'm Trevor White. I've got my own company, TSW Electronics. I design electronic circuitry for clients, business people that want that. So yeah, and I'm from England.
You do analog or digital design?
It's mainly embedded, based around processors, a little bit of analog, but yeah, not too much of that.
Do you make open hardware or use open hardware in your work?
I do use open hardware, but I tend to have to look through it and make sure it's any good, and you end up rewriting it. But I find it's really useful for, like, you'll get an Arduino board and it proves like the RFID modules are working. Then you'll look through the code and then you'll see that they've not quite validated stuff, or they kind of let things go. So you still have to write your own code to make it more robust, but it allows you to check the hardware, check the functionality quite quickly to make sure it's suitable for a project. So I do use it, but I don't just take it, put it in a project and kind of use it as is.
If you work in hardware, do you ever do hardware for a hobby? Do you have personal projects?
I think there's always a personal project. Committing time to it, I always found that if you've had a long day, trying to start your own project, you can't put the full 100% in. So what I've done is sometimes I've allocated myself a few days and I thought, right, I'm just going to concentrate on my own project and try and push things through. But yeah, I've not, I mess around with stuff. I wouldn't say like you guys, I've put anything into production, but I mess about.
Cool.
Yeah.
What made you think about coming to Shenzhen?
Well, I'd not heard of it, to be honest, until you guys. It's dangerous prototypes, yeah, and the markets and everything. And because I was doing this kind of travelling trip anyway, I was going somewhere else in China. Plans changed, and I thought, well, come here, it's perfect. So yeah, I came to part of a holiday, meet up with you guys, and to have a look at Shenzhen and the markets. So yeah.
What did you expect to find?
I didn't know what to expect, I've got to admit. In my ignorance, I expected more English, but that was quickly kind of rectified. I didn't expect it to be so hot, really hot. And I think with the markets, it does seem like that they're all selling a lot of stuff and all selling a bit the same. And it does seem like you'd get a part, source it, and go back and you'd be able to get it again. So I quite like that, and I didn't realise how quickly, if you'd come here with your laptop and you've got a board, I didn't realise how quickly you could turn it around. But not having the equipment here, I don't know how much use that would be, unless I bought equipment in advance. But yeah.
Did you buy anything while you were here?
No, I didn't. I didn't buy anything at all. Maybe a little magnifying glass, but there was a SIG generator I was kind of interested in, but I wasn't going to just buy it there, and then I'll look over the specs a bit more and pay the difference when I'm back home.
What's Shenzhen like?
It's hot. It's bloody hot. It's a nice city. I mean, it is a full city. It's got everything here. I think you have to be quite outgoing to get over the language barrier. Like, hopefully I'll come again. I'd like to come back. I do like the place, and I think you have to be prepared to kind of use your imagination and kind of, when you're asking for stuff, figure out how to get the message across without English. But it's like just a nice city with everything here. Yeah, plus you've got the electronics market, but The one thing that I didn't appreciate was how close to Hong Kong it is. And I only got a single entry visa. Now, next time, I'd have a multi-entry so that I could sightsee in Hong Kong for days and still come back again.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think I missed out on, just being able to go back and forth between the two. I think, you know, because there's so much you can do here, but there's so much you can do in Hong Kong, so I'd split the trip between the two places.
Yeah. What are you taking home from all of this? Did you learn anything that helps you be a better designer or engineer?
No, not really. I've not been here long enough. I've talked to a few people, but no in-depth electronics conversations. The thing I've learned about sourcing components, you definitely need somebody that's here all the time. You can't just have somebody that speaks Mandarin that can have conversations but are in England. You've got to have somebody here that can go and find it, check the factories out and that kind of thing. So I think that's quite a big thing to learn, that you really do need somebody here if you're going to buy.
Okay. Hey, you say you'll be back again?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, how soon?
Well, I've still got like 3.5 weeks of my holiday, so I'm still getting through this one first. But I say I've got friends in China as well. I don't know, 6 to 12 months probably isn't unrealistic.
Yeah, okay. And what would you suggest to someone else visiting Shenzhen?
What would I suggest? What, just as in like hints and tips?
Yeah, or something they should know, or
you got to be organised.
Yeah.
Like, it was last minute for me, so I didn't have a map. I didn't make appointments to see people that I may have wanted to in advance. I didn't have a phrase book. A phrase book would have helped a lot. I brought jeans with me that are no use whatsoever. It's shorts and loose shirts, t-shirts. So yeah, and the multi-entry visa, I think it opens up your holiday if you can just back and forth to Hong Kong, because it's only like 40-50 minutes, isn't it? So I don't know how you deal with the heat, but in the markets it's not so bad. Once you get into places, it's pretty good. I must admit, I think I went around the markets possibly 3 days in total, and it's still good fun just walking around. So I don't know, I suppose those are the things that I've kind of got from it. You've got to get organised before you get here, and be prepared. You know, they don't speak English or it's Mandarin, and you've got to figure out what you want to do and you know, work with that. Yeah.
Can you play Shenzhen?
A little bit, after you taught me. Yeah, I need a bit more practice to get the numbers, but yeah.
Well, thank you so much. You should come visit us in December. You can wear a coat and a hat and be really comfortable.
And we'll have hot in December. Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.